Hey, champ.
Champ is here. What's up, guys?
Questions, guys?
You guys are real quiet, jeez. I'm used to a bigger pop when I reveal myself.
Well, let's talk about that, actually.
Let's go.
First question right here. Go, Liam.
Yeah. Wardlow, Liam Crowley, comicbook.com. Last year at Revolution kind of started the singles Wardlow that we see here today, and now at this year's Revolution, you're recapturing the TNT title. Can you kind of just talk to me about the full circle nature of where you've been as a wrestler the past calendar year?
Yeah, gosh, I think I'm officially Mr. Revolution.
I got a question.
Whoa.
I understand you're the champ, but my question to you, what are you gonna do Wednesday when I kick your ass? What are you gonna do Wednesday when you have the shortest title reign? This becomes mine, right? Looks pretty good on me, right? Right?
Sorry.
Wednesday night. Book of Hobbs. Continue. 3 days, Wardlow. 72 hours. Enjoy.
You really just touched my title?
Thanks for being very professional about that.
I won't be Wednesday, Tony. You gonna pay for that. Back to your question. Oh man. Just real quick, so this actually looks real good. Because both of these, last year it was this year it's this. I am Mr. Revolution. I am the Revolution at this point. And a little history lesson, I don't know if anybody remembers, my first time cashing this in was not successful. It will not be successful for Hobbs Hybrid. But to further your question, yeah, the past year I've finally been on my own, and I haven't even scratched the surface. I think this coming year is the true year of Wardlow.
Will Washington, Fightful. So, one of the things you mentioned when you walked in was having a bigger pop. And one of the things I want to ask about, last year, you were probably the hottest thing going in AEW. You couldn't get fans to stop chanting Wardlow. And somewhere in the last few months, I think you've even talked about the fact that you did cool off. So with this being your second TNT title reign, what do you plan on doing differently to ensure that that doesn't happen this time around?
Oh, trust me, I'm still very hot. So it's gonna start this Wednesday with Hobbs. Tonight, I dethroned the king of television. And I don't sit here to claim to be any type of a king. I sit here before you stating I am simply just a man claiming to be the best. And I look very forward to proving to this entire roster that I am. There's a lot of guys running around this roster calling themselves that. So with this title reign, my only goal is to prove them wrong. And it starts this Wednesday with Will Hobbs. And I will go to extreme measures to ensure that I walk out still the champion, still the best.
Corey?
And to further that, I would like to, it's a conversation I need to have with him, but I would like to do the TNT Open Challenge because I want them all. I want our whole roster. I want people from other rosters. When I say I'm the best, I mean it. I'm looking to prove it.
Corey Lee with Wrestling Observer. How you doing today? Congratulations on your win. A couple weeks ago, you did a sit-down interview with Jim Ross about your dad and opening yourself up to more of the audience to actually see the real Wardlow. How did that come about, and do you feel like you now have a more connection with the audience, that you kind of let them in a little bit on what you are as a man, as not only that, but as a professional athlete as well?
Yeah, so it came about with Joe cutting my hair off. You know, everything I said is real. Everything I say is real. I will always give you guys my heart and soul. So I had 4 weeks off after that, and all I could do was think about my father those 4 weeks. That was my connection with him. So I just decided, you know what, when it's time to go back, I am going to explain why this meant so much. And from here on out, moving forward, I am going to give you the raw, real me, because again, I haven't even scratched the surface as who I am as a man and what makes me. There's a lot of story to tell, and over time, we'll tell it.
Hi, Amy Nevedy with WrestleJoy. So you tapped out Samoa Joe tonight. Like you won
I
via
put him to sleep.
submission. That's crazy. You won
I
via
think he's still
submission
snoring.
on Samoa Joe, and clearly you're hungry for that championship. Will Hobbs is hungry for that championship too. So how are you going to prepare for somebody who's just as hungry as you are for that championship to carry that gold and represent the company with the TNT championship?
I promise you, he ain't as hungry as me. And even though he just disrespected the hell out of me, I give all the respect to Will Hobbs. There's not many men in our locker room like him and myself. So I always appreciate Will Hobbs. We're cut from the same cloth. You know, we're a unique beast. So I know it's gonna be a fight. I know I only have a couple days to rest up and probably have a harder hitting fight than I had tonight. But like I said, he's not more hungry than I am. I have a real big appetite, and it doesn't even end at the TNT title.
Dave?
Dave Meltzer, Wrestling Observer. You know, when last year in Vegas, obviously you were, you know, one of the stars of the show, maybe the star of the show, as to fans coming out. And you beat Max, who's now the champion. So at what point, I mean, coming off of that, you know, it was like you were perhaps ready for being in that world title picture. And here we are, Max is the champion, you have a very clean win over him. What are your thoughts about that as far as future goal or, you know, chasing that dream?
It kind of goes back to everybody running around here calling themselves the best. That's his catchphrase, right? He's better than you, and you know it. I think I proved last year at Double or Nothing, he ain't better than me. I will give all the props to Max in the world tonight. That was impressive, and I was not expecting that. But I mopped the floor with the kid. Power bombed him 10 times, put my foot on his chest, and pinned him 1, 2, 3, clean as a whistle. So is he better than me? And I would love to be the first ever TNT and AEW World Heavyweight Champion simultaneously.
Just Reg, congrats to the podcast and PWI. Kind of piggybacking off of your championship match happening this Wednesday. Like you said, you don't have a lot of time. And on top of that, it's California. Hobbs is very, very popular here in California. How do you plan to combat not only giant, hungry, angry Powerhouse Hobbs coming for you, but pretty much the entire ring is probably going to be on the side?
I'm a lone wolf in every aspect of life, and that's how I've always been. I appreciate my fans probably more than any professional wrestler on this earth, and there's a lot of people that will back me up on that. But at the end of the day, I don't need anybody to have my back. I don't need a single person cheering for me, because most of my life I've been the only person cheering for me. So, if everybody wants to root for him all day long, I'm still gonna do me.
Hi, Liz from Lucha Libre Online. My question for you, Wardlow, is coming into this match, I know it was you have been, showing interest or stating of how personal this was. What was your mindset going into this match to not allow your emotion to get the best of you so you don't get disqualified or any type of way? So, you walk out with the TNT championship. And aside from that, I just want to say congratulations on your win tonight.
Thank you. And it's actually funny you say that, because I had a moment tonight, about 10 minutes before my match, where it was I did get a little emotional. It was the most emotional I've ever been going into a match. And I think there was a time where I had a full mount on him raining down fists, and I think I almost did come close to getting myself disqualified. It takes many, many years of anger to gain the peace and control that I've had to learn to, because I didn't always have control on it. And thank God, I learned to control it. So it doesn't matter how bad somebody pisses me off, how personal things get. I'm a monster, but I'm an intelligent one, and I can control myself to make sure the ending is how I want it to be.
Last question? Yeah, okay.
Hi, Wardlow. Mikey Nolan with PWI. The new show coming out, AEW All Access. It seems like there's a lot of love for you from the fans, and they like to see more to you. Like to see other sides of you. Will you be involved with that show? Will they see you behind the scenes?
They will actually. Yes, I will make a little bit of a few appearances here and there on the show, and would love to do more of that. Like I said, this is going to be my life's work. So I want to give my life to you guys and the fans and this company and this business. That's all I've ever wanted. It's all I want to do. So you guys got me, man.
Love it.
Thank you, Wardlow.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, guys, we have some time with Tony. Questions?
I'll go ahead and give this back to Will Hobbs personally.
Okay, Corey?
Hey, John, how you doing? Do we have a gate, number from, a gate